Alright, in this one we're going to cover working with your file manager and a quick walkthrough for your Linux Regal. Make it simple for you. Up here in the top right corner will be the name of the account that was set up for you. There's your shutdown, there's your log off, switch user, lock screen, so on. If you go to system settings, other stuff is in here. Changing your wallpapers is there. There's your power, there's your printers, users and groups. You can change your password here and whatnot. Add additional users in this one if you want. You just have to unlock it using your sudo password. Your internet control will be here. If you left click on it, let's say that you have a laptop or Wi-Fi or something on your computer. I just plugged in a Wi-Fi card on this desktop just to kind of give you a general idea. Now if I click on it, it comes with available Wi-Fi. And you just click on it, enter your password, and away you go for your Wi-Fi. Plug-in will look like this. Wi-Fi will have the bars like that. Right click on it, here's your edit connections, connection information. Obviously I've got 2 connections now, so it'll tell you detailed information about that. This here is your radio tray. Various stations pre-programmed in. If you like listening to internet radio, that's a good option for you. Your fusion icon is where you set Metacity or comp is, Emerald or GTK. You can reload the window manager if you're having any kind of issues. Emerald theme manager and settings for comp is. Speaker control, self-explanatory, up and down, raises and decreases the volume. If you right click on it and go to sound preferences, here's more advanced controls where you can have some control over your audio. You'll have this here too, same thing. Right? This icon resets the panels top and bottom if you have any issues. This one is primarily for VirtualBox because VirtualBox does not support comp is native or Emerald. This will allow you to force it on. This one here, box 1 is processor, memory, network, load, and hard disk. If you left click on it, it brings you into something that's kind of like Task Manager for Windows. That's called the System Monitor. You have the processes. You have the ability to end the process just like in Windows. This one here gives you detailed information about the system, resources being used, how much RAM is being used, how much is still available, processors and cores being used, so on. Just basic detailed readout. These are just ones I've added. They won't be there by default. It's just my Clementine and Banji. This one here is your date, time, and calendar. You left click on it, brings up the calendar. If you right click on it, here's your preferences for setting. These icons here are ones I added by simply Alt, right click, left click, add to panel, CPU frequency scaling monitor. I have mine set up so I can control each core individually, like so. And now they'll give and take on need, or if I'm doing something more taxing like video coding, I can bump them up. Calculator and Firefox are both added. Firefox is your primary internet browser, browsing the web. Calculator, self-explanatory. This one resets the panels top and bottom. Places is where all your personal folders and files are. Simply click on it. Home folder houses all of them. You'll see them over here on the pane. This is working with your file manager. Copy and paste, drag and drop works just like it does in Windows. There's your copy, there's your cut. Drag and drop. See, like you wanted to make duplicates of things or whatever, you can drag and drop to the other window just like you would, or you can copy it, paste it in just like that. You would do that for doing your data backups or backing up files or media or whatever. Say like you wanted to back up a whole bunch of stuff. Say like this folder's got a bunch of stuff in it. I want to back all that up, so I copy it. And then you can just paste it right in that folder and make a backup of it. If you plug in your USBs or whatever, they'll show up under devices. Right under there. Pretty much just working with it just like you would in Windows. Pretty much everything's about the same, working with your file manager. Applications is what your software is. Self-explanatory what everything is. Split up into categories. Each category has its purpose. Okay, you see how that just did that to me? That's because I was monkeying around with the thing. So if I just hit Control or Alt and then left click and then just drag it back up. No big deal. Down here, any open windows that you have will show up at the bottom. You can simply browse through them by just clicking on them, left click to go through the open windows. This one is commonly up at the top. I moved it down to the bottom, and you can move these icons where you want by just doing that Alt and left click and drag it. This one here is your weather. Like I said, it's usually at the top. And it's just a Oracle VirtualBox I added there. This icon shows the desktop. Say like you got a bunch of thing open and you want to go straight to the desktop. And here's trash. Right click to empty. And if you open it, it gives you a restore feature if you don't want to delete that stuff and want to get it back. If you can hit the Control Alt left click, as you can see, you have what's called Cube. And Cube gives you 4 desktops for multitasking. Let's say I want to multitask, but I don't want to have to fight with things. I want to do different things in each one. Like so. Now, you can choose what desktop you want to do things on. Just like that. That's Control Alt left click. Now if you hit Control Alt Z, this here is Expo. You can actually physically drag some of these items from one to the other and put them on different screens if that's what you want to do. And you can also just simply select the screen you want, double click on it, and it takes you right to it. Just like that. Okay. That gives you a new control for multitasking. Just like so. And that is the basic insides and out of your Linux Regal.